Alright guys, check this frame out. See how much play I got on this frame? Alright folks, so let's talk about this ridiculous build of mine. This is a very special drone, but it's pretty much special for all the wrong reason. First of all, I built this quad out of boredom. I was bored. I never planned on building it. It was raining outside. I could not fly. I had just nothing to do, so I decided to put this guy together. And everything on this drone is pretty much used except for the frame and the props. I want to talk about that a little later on the video. And as I say, everything is used. The ESC and flight controller are both member stack, and I use them on a different drone. I end up getting a different ESC and combo, so I took those out. So you got a 40 amp ESC and F4 member. You can't really see it, but the VTX is a AKK VTX that came from another drone that died. And also the camera is a JB camera. I think it's the Ego 2 JB version, which I really don't like the camera. I bought it and I didn't really like the image, but I'm recycling it on this drone. The motor are also from a, come on camera. The motor are also from a different drone. Those are Raystar RA 28 2507 1250 kV, and it came from another drone that died on me also. The frame broke, so that is pretty much for the electronic. All the electronic, I just recycle electronic from all the drone or something I'm not using anymore. The frame itself is a 9-inch frame. As you can see, it is a pretty big frame. This frame cost me $5 out of eBay. It is a clone of a clone. I believe those are made by JLRG. I can't even remember. And what they did is they cloned the iFlight's V2 frame, and they sell them for about $34 now, but I got this one for $5 on eBay. I bet on it on eBay, not hoping to get it, and I ended up winning it. I had this frame for about a year. I just never wanted to put anything on it because it looked pretty sketchy. As you saw on the introduction, the arm are not really cut to the proper size, so there is a play on the arm. The arm are 9-inch long, but of course they are 4-inch thick, so they're very wobbly, I would say. I'm running Betafly on it. I'm not expecting anything great. It's just stock Betaflight. I didn't tune anything. This is gonna be the first flight. I did spin it once just to make sure the prop are actually spinning the right way. And as far as the prop goes, those are the HQRC 9-inch props. And there is also a story about those props because I bought them by mistake. I was planning on buying the 8-inch HQ props. That's the one I use on my 8-inch drone. I'm gonna put a link to that video if you wanna check it out. And I bought those instead. So they came home and I never opened them thinking they are 8-inch props. And literally a month or two later, when I finally broke my props on my drone, I came in to replace them and I found out that they are the wrong size. So it was way too late for me to return them. So I got stuck with them. So pretty much everything I put it together, and we're gonna go for the maiden flight and see how I fly. Hopefully it doesn't break up and explode in flight. Oh, and by the way guys, another thing just to show you that I didn't really plan to build this guy. The converter is a XT90. I use the XT90 because I just ran out of XT60. So let me plug this baby up and let's see how it's gonna go. So about to take off, and I just want to show you guys I'm gonna be using my X Lite, and I actually have Express LRS running on the R9M Lite. Uploaded Express LRS. I'm running 50 watts, 50 milliwatts. You can see all my setup on the Express Lua. So we're gonna be testing it on a 5S motor for the maiden flight. Hopefully everything goes well. I had to use a connector between the XC60 and the XT90, and of course I got my old GoPro Hero 4. I'm not expecting the video quality to be that good, just because of the overall frame. I don't think it will be flying pretty good. No SD cards. Are you joking me? Alright, let me get an SD card in here. So I want to start with a spoiler alert. This thing didn't blow up. I was actually able to fly the whole battery with no issue at all, which is pretty amazing. And looking at the video, you can't really get good how bad I would say the fly was. I had a lot of shakiness. The drone was kind of shaky, wobbling all over the place. But since I use a ND filter on my GoPro, you don't really see that on the video. So if you got issue with wobbling in your video, it's like messed up videos, just make sure to use an ND filter that will take care of that. The fly itself, the drone itself, actually flew better than I thought it was going to fly, just based on how shaky the frame was, because this frame, by today's standard, is just an awful frame. But he was able to fly pretty good. I won't say pretty good, he was able to fly with no major issue. It's not a good flyer by any definition of the word, but I did not set up any tuning on this guy. It's just stock Betaflight, which is a PID setup for 5-inch drone, and I'm using it on a 9-inch drone. So maybe if I do some tuning, I may get this thing to fly a little better. The JB camera, I was not a big fan of JB camera, but I have to say it does do a pretty good job as far as a white balance. The image actually look pretty good, I have to admit that. So I'm pretty happy that I actually end up using it for this build, because it has been just sitting there. As far as the build go, I mean, this is a reject build. I mean, everything on this drone has either been rejected to where I move on to a better electronic, or it just came from something I wasn't using anymore. But the drone actually fly pretty okay. I would say that I can actually get it to fly a little better with some tuning. Battery wise, the 95S battery I'm using holding up pretty good. And also motor wise, I'm pretty surprised, because those are some small motor for the pop I'm using. Those are 2507, and I'm running them on a 9-inch pop, and it is actually spinning the pop no issue. Now I can accelerate, I can do some easy flipping on. So I'm pretty surprised by those motors. They actually perform pretty good on 9-inch pops. I thought that was going to be too much for them. But I just want to show you this video, and the question I'm asking myself is, if I can take a crappy frame like this one and get it to fly decent, do we really need any kind of good frame anymore? Because I think the thing is that the software today got so good, Betaflight is so good now that with RPM filter and all the other stuff, it's actually able to negate some of the negative from the frame. So I definitely going to look a little more into that. At this point from this video, I can say you can just get a copy frame and still able to get it to fly pretty decent. And that's pretty much it for this video. I'm not going to talk too much, guys. I hope that you enjoyed, and I will see you on the next one.